Two dudes making noise, talking about pro wrestling on the podcast. Big up boys, big money guys. We be throwing down the rhymes, kicking it live, representing the Lone Star State every damn time.
Whoa, what's up, everybody? How's it going, everybody, tonight on this wonderful Saturday night? Welcome to the Ring Rundown, round number 18. What's up, man? How's it going? What's been up this weekend?
Not much, man. Just getting over still that little bit of sinus infection, allergies, and everything like that from TNA weekend, man. But other than that, I'm doing good. Just busy working, trying to get ready for my birthday cruise coming up in a few weeks. So
lovely. I think we're going to be doing a cruise next year as a family for around Christmas time. We're planning on going do a Christmas cruise. But yeah, man, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty dope. Going on a cruise. Don't get seasick. Take some Dramamine.
We got some, but I shouldn't have an issue with seasickness or nothing like that. But it's been roughly almost 27 years since I was last on a boat out in the middle of the ocean. Actually, no, I take that back. We went, me and my wife, we went whale watching after we got married. So that was 7 years ago. So
yeah, I've never been on a cruise ship. I don't like the ocean, so it's a very weird thing for me. The ocean makes me nervous. You don't know what's under that water, and it's just so vast. And I'm just like, I don't know. It gives me anxiety. So it's going to be weird for me, and I probably will get seasick because I've never really been on a boat. I've been on a boat, but like in a lake, but not like in the ocean.
This is a ship, yeah, way out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, so. I don't know how that's gonna go for me, but I guess we'll figure it out.
Yeah, but before we get into to our topics, what we got to go over with our listeners and fans out there watching, I just wanted to give a quick shout out and a thank you and a much appreciation to everybody that has subscribed and sit here and listen to us or watch us bullshit about wrestling for however long.
Much appreciated, guys. We appreciate it.
So yeah, we just wanted to send out a quick thank you to you all who sit there and interact with us, the few of you that do. Let's keep it going. Let's get those interactions up. Like I said, we're trying to put out more content for you guys. We got some things brewing through the brain for future ideas on shows and stuff like that. We want to try to bring you guys different style of content than from what you're seeing from all these other wrestling podcasts and content creators. So let's take it away, man. Let's get into our first topic. What do we got for today?
All right, our first topic is a topic of discussion, actually. As you can see, there's the best picture I could find of the incident that happened with a fan that thought Seth Rollins was actually scamming him out of money. So yeah, it's gonna be scammers, like people pretending to be wrestlers as scammers pretending to be wrestlers and scamming people out of money. In other words, so what do you got to say on this, man?
The fact that these people are able to successfully trick these fans into thinking that they're actually conversing with their favorite wrestler who is pretty well off paid, and yet thinking that, oh, they need this money for whatever. It's like, how ignorant are you, really? I mean,
I'm sorry, I'm unforgiving.
You know what they say? It takes a fool to be separated from his money, and these people who are falling for these scammers pretended to be celebrities, especially professional wrestlers. If you haven't figured out the fact that these people are, granted, not all of them are raking in the millions and stuff like that, but they're still getting pretty decent sized contract amounts for their time when they get signed.
I'm gonna say it like this: like, nobody deserves to get scammed, but I mean, if you're stupid enough to believe that a wrestler that makes probably a better living than you in most cases needs your money and you're going to send him their money, there's an argument that you deserve to get scammed. I'm sorry. I'm just being straight up with it. Like,
I mean, you might as well be hawking some silver coins or, some $400 pair of gold sneakers.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you're willing to fall from that for that, then and like I do know that there are those indie guys out there. Like there's one of them that was famous, and I'm not saying he's a scammer, but he would get you. I remember Virgil. This is kind of a different thing. He would walk up to you and just like if you got too close to that dude's merch booth, he'd walk up and just selfie with you, then charge you $25 just for a selfie. Not much of a scam, but kind of
that's different. But
that's more of a hustle than anything than a scam.
exactly, that's more of just a hustle than like you said, it's more of a hustle than someone saying, Billy Bob from deep sea South, Louisiana, who's saying, "Oh, I'm WWE superstar Cody Rhodes, and I can't access
I like how you
this
picked Louisiana.
can't access this money that I've got because I gotta pay for this operation for my dog, so can you loan me, can you send me $10,000 so I could get my dog Shadow, or whatever his name is,
Vito.
whatever the dog's name is, an operation." It's like, if you're seriously falling for that, you deserve to have your money scammed away from you.
I could maybe
And this picture right here that you have up is a perfect example for it. What we see here is a fan who went to a show because he thought he was getting scammed by actually Seth Rollins, when it was someone pretending to be Seth Rollins, and I guess they had a fight back and forth online. So he showed up to Monday Night Raw, and when Rollins was headed towards the back, that's when Homeboy bum rushed him and tried to get the jump on him. But as you can see, Rollins has him in a dragon sleeper, and
it's a guillotine. I would say more of
guillotine dragon sleeper. It's essentially the same thing. So,
but from what I hear, the guy may have been a little on the like special needs side of things, maybe not all the way there. So it takes
but still,
yeah.
Again, think with that thing you have up here of brain,
Not trying to make excuses, but I'm saying that's probably how he got scammed, because from what they were saying, he wasn't really all there. So.
But again, still, if you're falling for these types of scams, and you see people post about it all, Alexa Bliss has had to post it. Former TNA knockout Velvet Sky has had to post it. Alexa Bliss. Did I already say Alexa Bliss?
Maybe.
I probably did. I'm tired. It's been a long day. But all these people have posted like, look, this is my only blank account. I'm not sending requests to these fans asking for money. Like, I don't need their money, I don't need to scam anybody to get money from them.
Yeah, like I don't know, like it takes quite the fool to, like I could maybe see if somebody was a big fan of maybe like an indie wrestler, and or something like that. But then it's probably the indie wrestler doing it.
But they're gonna, if it's an indie wrestler trying to get money, they're gonna hawk their pro wrestling tees site.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah,
they're gonna bombard you at the indie show that you happen to see him at, like, oh yeah, just
like Virgil.
So,
and I'm not trying to speak ill of dead. Virgil was pretty cool, but that dude knew how to make $1. I'll tell you that much. Don't get close. You couldn't get close to his merch booth.
So just word to the wise to everybody out there, think, use your brain. Do these big high profile WWE superstars,
they don't really need your money. They don't
need your money at all. You're going to buy their merch, their ticket sales, stuff like that.
They got guarantees. So, yeah, just people, use your head. All right. Next up, we have some news coming out of local wrestling. Well, local to us, RCW. They have basically parted ways with Supermex one Big Hernandez.
Well, see, and Sean Hernandez was never even on RCW's roster.
My bad. Correction.
Yeah. So this was just something, I guess. So I guess he's part of that 210 United San Antonio Wrestling company down there. And when TNA, when they were in San Antonio, some of the TNA wrestlers, they stopped by that wrestling school to kind of talk and give, speeches on going into the business and stuff like that. Well, Brandon Oliver, owner, CEO of RCW, issued the following statement in regards to a former TNA star, Hernandez, aka Supermax. And it seems to be some pretty wild accusations. Dropkick, what did you think when you read the statement issued by RCW?
Um, I guess the guy just really didn't like him. Like, he has obviously heard some pretty disturbing things from the guy. I mean, take it from allegedly.
Yes,
So,
these are all alleged crimes. Nothing has been proven.
I mean, if the dude was acting on it, he could have been just talking smack, you know what I'm saying? Like locker room talk or whatnot. But I mean, it does maybe show that he's a womanizer. Maybe. Like, I don't know. But if this stuff was going on, like, oh, only book this girl, she's going to give you some. It is
There's
weird to say.
There is a difference between locker room talk and what these kinds of allegations are being thrown towards.
I haven't heard
Hernandez.
all the allegations, but apparently this guy, he's heard him, and he's heard the dude say some stuff that makes sense to him. Basically saying the guy's a creep. And so, I mean, I don't know.
And other degrading things towards other female talent or performers.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even see about the pee part yet. I skipped over that. Yeah, I mean, that is
apparently Hernandez was getting on them Diddy freak out parties or whatever.
I'm guessing so, bro.
All he was missing was just the baby oil, so
the dude may have been wearing baby oil at some point, but I don't know. Like, I guess it's coming out, so I mean, if you got to watch how you conduct yourself, especially around women, man, because that stuff can't come back on you. You got to conduct yourself in the right manner, or your stuff will always find you out. Stuff will get out eventually. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. Look at he who shall not be named. It's getting him now. So
yes, and I believe we have a segment on him coming up in an upcoming episode.
Yeah, and we'll be talking about that. I'm on episode 3 right now.
I haven't even had a chance to watch it, man. We've just been so busy getting ready for this cruise and just other things and everything like that. So it's
so I mean, I mean, you gotta watch how you conduct yourself, especially if you're a public figure. You have to watch. It's very important. If you're gonna live in the limelight and try to be a public figure, you need to make sure that you don't have any skeletons in the closet.
So have you ever seen Mick Foley do stand-up comedy?
I've never seen it, but I've heard it was pretty good.
So there's a part where he talks about how he was seen as the safe person because obviously he was one of the few wrestlers who remained loyal to his wife while being out on the road, 300 plus days a year. And I mean, obviously, the man has tremendous respect for women, but he was saying, he's like, I was sitting, I'd be sitting backstage and like Tori Wilson or Stacy Keibler, and he named off some random diva who walked up and just kind of sat next to him and just kind of put her head on his shoulders, saying, I don't have to worry about anything when I'm sitting here next to you. And he's like, I think his punchline was like, when did I become the safe guy? I'm out there doing hardcore style matches and everything but yet here I am backstage. I'm the safe guy,
Another guy I hear good about is one Mr. AJ Styles. I hear, he's very happy with his wife, Wendy, and you don't really hear nothing bad about him towards females. I hear he's very respectable, and they say he doesn't even go out, from what I hear. He just kind of stays at in his hotel and plays video games. And that's pretty much it.
The dude has spent his time away from his family, especially starting when he first joined WCW and then became like a monumental
A pillar stone for TNA.
pillar in TNA. Yeah, I mean, he is a true TNA original.
Yeah,
So,
and from what I hear, the dude, like they say, he stays in his room and plays video. And I hear that a lot about a lot about nearly most of the WWE locker room right now. They said it's not like it used to be. Like I've heard many a podcast, they say these dudes just. I remember one, I forgot, it was Mansoor and his tag team partner. They're like, yeah,
Mason and Mansoor,
yeah.
which I actually got to see their little their gimmick and action on Rampage last night, and it was pretty funny. It was pretty hilarious.
And how they said they were like, oh yeah, they went somewhere. It was like some party city, like a city that's known for. I can't remember. They're like, yeah, we had a plug and we called it in. This dude knew some stuff. We called it in, and he brought us 10 large pizzas, and we played Tekken all night. We rented we rented the banquet room, and we played Tekken and ate pizza all night. And then I remember, who was it? It was it was Maven. He was interviewed. He was like, did y'all have strippers by y'all while y'all playing Tekken? They're like, no. He's like, was there any drinks being? They're like, no, just pizza and soda. So from what I hear now, I mean, the WWE locker room is very chill now. Not a lot of women being, but I'm not saying that there ain't some stuff going on. You may have your outliers. I don't know. I'm not back there. But I hear it's a lot different from what it was back in the early 90s, 80s and stuff like that. So,
well, hell, even into the early 2000s.
Yeah, that is true. So, I mean, and you have a lot of them there in relationships too. So, I mean,
but that's what I'm saying is that even up until the mid 2000s, I mean, you had breakups and scandals and cheating and everything like that.
I hear even one Mr. Cena wasn't too faithful at one point in time, allegedly.
No, I mean that's no secret.
That's known.
He was definitely a very different person when he first came up into the WWE in 2002.
Oh yeah, him and old Mickey there. He was definitely, they were doing some stuff while she was with Kenny and he was with his wife. So I don't know, but that's a topic for a different discussion. So. But yeah, just you gotta watch. If you're gonna be a public figure, you really gotta watch yourself and watch how you conduct yourself, especially around women and other people, and even other people that are your same gender. You don't want to be labeled as a scumbag. So,
nope.
All right.
What do we got next?
Moving on next. A new show for the WWE. Saturday Night Main Event starts December 14th on NBC.
So you can't say it's a brand new show.
Well, it's not a brand new show. It's a return to form.
They're bringing it back for the third time.
Yeah, I used to watch Main Event back when it was on Hulu. It was on Hulu for a little bit, and then before that,
it leaked that NBC was going to be getting a new show. Well, not necessarily a new show, but something wrestling related was going to be coming back. And as soon as they released the date that it was a Saturday in December, it's really, if you can't figure out that they're bringing Saturday night's main event back based off of that clue, then don't call yourself a wrestling fan, because everybody knew about Saturday night's main event because it was the thing, especially in the 80s, that was able to bring premiered wrestling matches to basic cable if you weren't able to watch it during the week.
And I remember a while there when during that Attitude Era.
It was to help expand their audience into a further out into the further pop culture world. So
I remember,
as you said,
it became I remember back in the Attitude Era they changed it and it became Shotgun Saturday Night. Remember that?
Remember Shotgun, and then you had Velocity, then you had
WWE
Metal.
Main Event, not even Saturday Night Main, it was just Main Event.
Well, that was something I think just I think that was just for online. It became
It was
online only or
Hulu.
something like that.
Yeah, it was on
But
Hulu.
yeah, you had Velocity. You had, I think it was like Reload or Reloaded, something like that. You had Metal. Then it just turned into
Metal.
just a whole bunch of different things. And then they brought it back in the 2000s, 20 teens, I want to say, is when they brought it back for a little bit. And then obviously, of course, it died down again. But yes, they are making it come back again for the third or fourth time. And they have signing on with Jesse the Body Ventura, former governor of Minnesota, former WWE superstar, Jesse the Body
Minnesota.
Ventura, color commentator, special guest referee at 1999 SummerSlam that saw Mick Foley win his third, I want to say it was his third WWE Heavyweight Championship title.
It's pretty good. I guess it's interesting. More wrestling.
They're bringing Jesse the Body back because he who shall not be named is no longer at the company.
I'm interested to hear him. He's going to be over the collar commentary.
I believe so. Yeah,
that's a good draw right there for the show by itself.
He's going to be at the desk calling the action.
Interesting. I like it. But yeah, it's more wrestling. Now, might as well just go ahead, bring back Heat, Sunday Night Heat.
Hey, I loved Sunday Night Heat, man.
I used to love how it would lead up to the pay-per-view. If they had the pay-per-view that night, you start watching Sunday Night Heat. And
yep.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember for a while there, that's the only place you got to see old Simon Dean featured was on Sunday Night Heat. Yeah, more wrestling. It's going to be going, up against Collision. So, that's something. Man, wrestling all the time, man. Wrestling is bigger than ever and is taking over our TVs at all times.
Wrestling's for everybody, man. Wrestling is what helps us keep us going, keep us keeping on. So, you and I are definitely have a lot to be thankful for in the world of professional wrestling.
It's definitely good. You got TNA, AEW, WWE, JCW, lots of wrestling to digest. If you don't, Power, you have
indie shows in your local area. Again, guys, we can't say this enough. If you got an indie show in your area, go check it out. You see some definite future superstars.
Yeah, and like I said, I find it more fun than going to a Raw taping. That's just me. But yeah, so more wrestling, nothing wrong with that. Good Saturday night show, for the kids that want to stay up a little bit late, they can't stay up late on Mondays. There you go.
Mondays, Wednesdays.
There you go. All right. Moving right along. Roman Reigns possibly coming back to a full-time schedule. So does that mean like full-time house shows, also just TV full-time? Probably TV full-time, I'd probably say.
I think it's TV full-time, at least up until Survivor Series. After Survivor Series, they're not sure. I believe they're not quite sure what they're going to have them go into to set up Roman versus Sikoa at WrestleMania 41.
I would never recommend a full-time schedule for this man again because, if you tear up your body too much, then his chemo can come back if you weaken your body. So that's most likely what it is. I guess he's filling up to it. So I just want to see the guy happy and healthy and doing his thing, and I want to see him prolong his career and we can enjoy him as long as we can. So I don't think a full-time road schedule would be good for him. But it would be cool to see the guy, on TV all the time and see, it definitely does feel like something's missing on Friday Night SmackDown when he's not around,
Yeah, but the interesting thing is, this is just kind of a little off the cuff thing. They might be doing away with house shows. WWE may be doing away with house shows.
I don't like that. I like house shows every now and then because, like, I went to a Raw taping,
or at least reducing the amount of house shows that they do.
I went to a Raw taping last year, I want to say. And then months back, I went to a house show and it was a little arena in Alexandria, Louisiana. And the card was so much fun. It was the road to WrestleMania, as a matter of fact. And I enjoyed it so much more.
Is that the one that you sent me pictures of or whatever.
Yeah, and I had the card was stacked. They had AJ there, a lot of man. It was so much more fun than the I mean, and that could have just
been you only
one.
mentioned that AJ was there, like you.
Really they had LA Knight there. There was a lot, but you know who I was going crazy for AJ, but because I didn't even get to see AJ at the taping, so I was like, I get to see him because it was only like 4 months in between each other, so I definitely enjoyed myself way more. Me and all like my little nephews, my brothers, my buddies that were there were all like, yeah, that was way better than that taping because it featured so much more. And
well, house shows give the wrestlers to just go out and have more fun with their opponents as well as with the crowd than what you can at a normal show.
And not just that, but try different ideas. It lets them try different things to see if it would work well on TV or not.
And plus, also, house shows are good because it helps bring a wrestler who was on the injured list to get back into the regiment. To get off the old ring rust, as they would say. And
you don't have to worry about messing up on TV and then it being immortalized on TV. Like it'll happen, and you only have word of mouth. Nobody's sitting there recording unless they're recording with their phone. But I mean, I could understand the thought process behind it, but I don't want to see house shows go anywhere. I enjoy them.
Well, I mean, don't forget WWE does film those house shows as well too, in case they do decide to have a title change happen, and they'll either honor it at the house show or they'll set that up for that to happen on the live broadcast. I've seen that happen before.
Yeah, I have too. I've seen where like the Miz and Morrison ended up like out of nowhere having the tag team titles, and apparently it happened on the house show. But yeah, so I mean, I hope they keep them around. I mean, I could totally understand if they would just do a reduced schedule. That I would be all happy with. Give the wrestlers more time off to recover and stuff. Because I know it's a grueling schedule, so it is what it is. But I hope they still have some house shows left because I enjoy them, and I know a lot of people enjoy them. So, but well, you
that
guys,
ends it for tonight, doesn't it?
Yep. So we appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the Ring Rundown. Thank you for joining us for round number 18. Yeah. Well. Good night, everybody. For SP, I am Dropkick Zombie. Over and out, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Night.
We two loony guys catching eyes with a hype, talking pro wrestling, making all the fans unite. In the ring we swing like a rhyme making machine with moves so mean, leaving opponents.